Okay, so today we're going to be doing a cat-camel or a cat-cow. So we're looking at articulating the spine. So we're going into flexion and extension. And this particular one, what I want Nicole to do is actually start from the base, like from her tailbone, because I want to articulate the whole spine, one segment at a time. So imagine you have a little person moving along there, right? So you're pulling up through your abdominals, giving support to your spine. Then like a Christmas cracker, both ends, and reach. There are variations. You can, go both ends, going into that flexion. But the reason why I like to do this one, like starting from the base, is that often people will skip this part and they'll go straight up into the upper back. So we're really good at hunching forward like that. But I want to get that motion in that junction between your lumbar and your thoracic spine. So you sort of inhale here, exhale, tuck your tailbone under. So you're going to focus on opening up the front of the hips and then reach. Get that nice length. And then inhale and you can release that. Important, do not hold your breath, but it's like your tailbone gets heavy going down between your ankles. So you open up the front of the hips and you take your time. If you find there's like a stuck bit, stay there a second and just work on that area using your breathing. Important thing is the shoulders. Shoulders never belong up and around the ears. Obviously your head is going to come down sort of in alignment with your arms, but you still want to feel like you're pushing into the floor and getting that width between your shoulder blades there. Good. And if you have any back issues, like osteoporosis or anything like that, this is probably not the best exercise for you. If you get any pain, obviously I do not want you doing this. Again, you want to be careful about if you're really loosey-goosey in the joints, that, yes, you don't do that, don't stop that.
Does it weird you out?
Yeah, it does, stop it. Okay, so you want to make sure that the muscles are supporting the joints there, okay? Anything else you want to add with this?
With the awareness thing, I think sometimes people want to sit back.
True,
right?
True.
So, do you have any pointers on preventing this motion?
Yeah, you still want to keep weight forward through your hands. You do not want to feel like to open up the front of the hips or to gain that momentum that you shift your weight back. That's another exercise, right? So you can even play with that first off, taking that back in sort of a child's pose position and then rocking it back forward and then finding that sort of central point where you feel comfortably in that position on all 4 points. Right?
And then sometimes if people are saying that this bothers their wrists, you can always take a towel or if you have a yoga block at home, something that will help open up that angle, provide some support. Now this mat's a little bit squishy, so it's not as effective, but you kind of get the point. Something else to rest on versus, again, that positioning there.
Yeah. Another thing some people will do is they'll bring their arms well forward, right? Or they'll have their knees well back, which is more of a plank position. So you really want to make sure that your body weight, your trunk and spine are supported. If you are further back, you're going to find it's more like a planking, and it's kind of hard when you go into that arched position.
You don't get the same kind of motion?
No, you don't. You can't quite get into here if you are as far back.
My t-shirt did it. And another piece with when you're in this rounded position, that the head is relaxed. Sometimes people are really trying to get that arch.
Yeah.
And they end up jamming their chin into their chest. I don't see it often, but sometimes people will kind of really try to accentuate that. So the head just it just follows, it's loose, it's comfortable.
Yeah, it's more like, that little ducktail at the back of your head, of your skull. It just wants to lengthen a bit, but you don't want to ever sort of jam your neck down. Think of just like that back part of your head wants to become heavy, but not that you are jamming it. And remember, you do want to include the head going down as opposed to holding that, right?
Yeah. An alternative with the wrist, you can actually even do it on the knuckles if you want. This I would recommend if you have good awareness and you're able to, you're comfortable with being in this position. Otherwise, you can still collapse through there. Oh God.
Oh.
Does this bother you? And then, yeah, just sort of regular cues, like you don't want to, collapse through there. So when you come
Definitely.
up into this position, sometimes people are, again, they're exploring their spine, so they may come down here.
So you still want to be pressing the floor away from you.
Yeah, not dropping in
Not
like
dropping
that, because
into it.
that's very uncomfortable for me. So you can still kind of, again, what does this feel like? What happens when I go here? Here, oh, it's a little bit stiff on that side. But just you are controlling every exploration versus gravity takes it, and you're like, oh, that's not comfortable at all, right? So, and then as Gillian was saying with the segment, so if I feel like I'm a little bit stiff through here, I could just stay here.
Yes.
Right, I could work this angle, the cat-cow, or just play with this angle a little bit. It does not have to be a full rep all the way through with every single piece part of your workout. You can do a chunk to a chunk, and then piece it all together. So
Yeah.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Cat-cow.
Cat, cow, camel, whatever.
What the? She's like crawling away.